Hi everyone, welcome to this timeless pick a card reading with a little bit of a twist. So I'm just going to do a brief intro to help you understand, or to let you know, should I say, how the readings are intended to work. All of the oracle decks and tarot cards are ready as well. I've got 3 decks as usual for my pick a card readings. As you can see, we've got numbers here as well. So each, I've done these in batches. So we've got 3 subject areas: relationships, work, and general. And depending on what deck you pick, that will determine what type of reading you get. But you'll only see the numbers, you won't see what's on the back until we do the actual reading. So when I speak of relationships, it can be romantic relationships, of course, but it can also be any relationship or interactions you have with anyone in your life, from your neighbor to your best friend, your mum, your dad, your granddad, your ex-partner, whatever. In terms of work, that can, definitely be about your job or career or anything that you are focused on and giving your time and energy and effort to. So projects, creativity, learning, business plans, your life purpose, your spiritual path, your achievements as well. And the general reading is just anything from just the day-to-day stuff to something very specific and significant for you. So as I said, we're going to be surprised together. I mean, obviously by the time I get to the 3rd reading, I'll know what's left. I'll know what reading hasn't been done and what's left. But we should be getting the surprise together. So your job is to look at the tarot decks when they come out and see what deck calls you and what number calls you as well. Because as I said, you'll see the number. Focus on that. Also, if you have a specific question or subject area that you want to look at, concentrate on that as well, and that may help you to use your intuition to choose the deck that gives the information that you need. I will say that the cards will often give you the message that you need, not what you want. So say if you wanted to look at your relationships, a romantic relationship or something, but you've got work stuff going on in your life that is really important and you're kind of trying to block the work stuff out, focus on the relationship, you may actually end up with the work reading because it's like the universe or spirit or whatever's way of saying, no, this work stuff is what needs attention. But as I say, you're welcome to watch one of the readings, 2 of the readings, or all of the readings. And of course, if you have any questions or queries, just send me a message in the comment section. So I'm just going to give a brief example of how I'm going to choose the cards. So I'm going to mix them back up. So, I mean, to be frank, I can't remember which order it was in anyway. But I would literally swap the rows around to mix them back up so it's random, so we can both be surprised. So that can go there, and we'll just put this row back in the middle. So the way I will be choosing the cards, hopefully this works now, is I'm just going to choose it diagonally, and I should get one each card that I choose should have a different subject area. So I'm going to choose number 1 would be a work reading, number 2 would be a general reading, and it works. Number 3 would be a relationship reading, and as I say, we'll be surprised at the same time. So hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, let's get on with it. Welcome back, water signs. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribes to the channel. And also, if you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So these messages are for anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is a water sign: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So as I said in the intro, we're going to use our intuition and just focus on whatever deck calls to you or whatever number calls to you. Just focus your intentions in there. If you have any specific questions around anything at all, as I said, one of the readings will be a work reading, one will be a relationship reading, and one will be a general reading. So yeah, just focus your attention there. Again, you're welcome to watch one of the readings, 2 of them, or all 3 of them. And yeah, just concentrate. You may need to pause the video if you feel the need to. Just to point out as well, if your sun, moon or rising sign is an earth, fire or air sign, you're welcome to watch those too. But we're now going to get into it. So welcome back again, those of you who chose the first deck, this one here. Let's find out what you got. So you have the relationship reading. Okay, so we're going to start off. This will be your main deck for the main spread, and we are going to start off with, actually, let's just put this here and move these along because we'll definitely need a bit more space. Going to start off with some messages from some oracle decks. So we're going to start off with a message from the Whispers of Love, or a few messages, maybe about 3 messages for you. So group 1 or deck 1, who got the relationship reading, what is the first message from the Whispers of Love deck? Right, messages for deck 1. Messages for deck 1. Right, you've got 1 so far. You have, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Okay, I'll get a couple more for you, and then we'll get some messages from the Power of Love deck as well. Okay, I think that's about 4 messages, but that's okay. So 4 altogether. So the first one, I believe it was, love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Right, just a quick message that's come in when I'm reading this, love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. I'm just getting this thought of anyone who, and I don't know what the whole reading's going to be about yet until I do the main spread. But you know, like if someone has been unsuccessful, shall we say, when it comes to romantic relationships, and they sort of get to the point of feeling unlovable and it's like nobody loves me. But on the other hand, you have friends or family members or whatever, a community or something that does love you and is there for you. Quite often it's just a reminder to remember that those people who love you, even if relationship-wise things don't always go to plan, there are lots of other people in life who love you. And if you don't feel you have friends, family, etc. that can support you, there are other people in the world that, you know, you may come across, and through platonic relationships, and love is there as well. So, right, and I was just going to say support groups, and it says, ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Also, you have the Union of Hearts. A love connection defies explanation. I don't know if this will be the whole reading, but there's something about friendship here that's really important. Like even with the Union of Hearts, yes, it very well can be romantic. But where it says a love connection defies explanation, you know, like I don't know if you've ever met people platonically and felt like really connected to them. I mean, I've met someone through work, completely non-romantic, just, you know, platonically, and I thought, this person's a soulmate, as in, like, you know, if you believe in past lives, like I wonder if we've had a past life together or something. And I didn't know them for very long, to be honest, and I didn't get into like a hardcore deep friendship with them, but there was just a click for the brief amount of time that I worked with them. I mean, I suppose they did have the same sun sign as me, so there was probably something there as well. But even way before I found out what their sun sign was, there was something where as soon as I met them, we just clicked, and yeah, so that comes to mind. But anyway, let's get on with your main spread. Actually, no, I'm going to do messages from the Power of Love deck first of all. So yeah, that's just a point about friendships and genuine love and support. As I said in the intro, the main intro, the relationship reading, yes, it can very well be romantic, but it might also be about any interactions with anybody else in your life, whether it is your neighbour, someone at work, someone from a community group, a best friend, family member, that sort of thing as well. So let's see what the Power of Love deck gives you. So we'll get about 3 messages from that one. I'm not going to be reading any of these from the book, by the way. So, okay, so you've got 3 that have come out actually. So just bear with me because they have flown to the floor. So you have, right, you've got individuality. You have joy. So individuality says you leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. So again, that is giving me friendship vibes, where, you know, where you can meet like what you would consider to be your tribe, people who get you, or even if you don't have every single thing in common, you just kind of, you understand where each other's coming from. You've got joy. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. So that's who you'd have. I mean, friendship again, you'd experience joy, hopefully, in friendships. And elevation, you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. So again, with the right support and friendships and relationships in general, then it sort of supports you on your journey, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, the intention is that we kind of elevate within ourselves, but the relationships that we have in life, whatever that type of relationship is, they're all mirrors for us, and they show us who we are, who we're not, different aspects of ourselves, and how we relate and connect with other people. So let's get into your cards and see what we need to know. So first of all, a card for like the overall energy for water signs. That got the relationship reading. Somebody might be trying to manifest, if anyone's into manifestation, might be trying to manifest a relationship, a romantic relationship as well. If you haven't been getting what you want so far, right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I'm not going to take that because that's quite a bit. I just want like one card for the overall energy. You have the Ace of Pentacles, which is often an opportunity, or it's where you want to plant a new seed, isn't it? That type of thing. Okay. So I will take, we'll take this one. The Wheel of Fortune. So that'll be like the past energy. What else we need to know about that past energy here? I mean, I did get the Four of Cups that kind of wanted to come out with it, but it didn't quite flip around. So that's like your past energies. So present energies. I mean, I did say something about wanting to plant a new seed with the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles there. Anything else we need to know for that present current energy, please? You've got the Seven of Wands. That kind of wanted to come out as well, as one of the main energies. And let's get future energies for you. So future energies. That's a lot. I don't think I'm going to take all of that. The Eight of... See, that very well could be, in, as I said, intentions with the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands and Queen of Wands. And for me, if this was, or if the whole reading is about trying to manifest a new relationship or setting intentions for a new relationship, this is where you put the effort in, isn't it? It's where you put in the work, you choose your path, and you put yourself out there too. I'm going to try that again for the potential future energy, since the cards are doing a bit of card vomiting today. Right, we have the High Priestess as a future energy, and let's get one more as advice. God, so many are coming out. Why are so many cards coming out? I'm going to take this one. This one is on top of the High Priestess. You've got the Seven of Cups. You might be someone who feels that they need to learn to trust their intuition more with that High Priestess and Seven of Cups. If you've, as I said, where I mentioned unsuccessful relationships at the beginning, if that's something that you've experienced, you might kind of be in a phase where you can get to a point where you kind of don't trust yourself anymore with choosing romantic partners, friends even as well. So let's look at that Ace of Pentacles as your main energy, first of all, or overall energy, should I say. So what do we need to know about the Ace of Pentacles? Ooh, you have the Ace of Cups here. Anything else? You have the Six of Cups. You've got the Seven of Wands. Okay, that does kind of make sense from what I was saying about trusting yourself. Let's get a couple more. And I'll look at the Six of Cups on its own. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, look at that. The Nine of Wands looking terrified next to the Three of Swords. I mean, that for me, that's like fear. Like, say if you'd met someone new and you had feelings for them, there's a little bit of fear there of pursuing an opportunity with them, a relationship with them. And you've got the King of Cups there, as we say about the King of Cups. They may be emotionally mature, but they can be quite reserved with their emotions for a while they sort of process everything and decide if they trust someone or not. So let's look at the Six of Cups and the King of Cups. So we've got the Page of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. Okay, King of Cups. Again, on the floor, you've got the Knight of Wands, although I have a feeling that may have needed to be in reverse. And you also have Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. I nearly said Ace of Cups again then. And one more that nearly went to the floor again, the Moon. Let me get one more because the Moon's a bit of a... That's a lot. You've got the Three of Wands and the Temperance card. I'm getting with that King of Cups, I mean, we say with the King of Cups knows how they feel, but you might not be sure what to do with it or how to use it or... Right, so overall, with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, there's two ways for me of looking at this. Number one, either someone wants, again, that intentions thing is putting out intentions for a new relationship, romantic relationship, that you want a new romantic relationship, you want a new feeling, or that feeling that you get when it comes to of love with romantic relationships. So someone either wants that, or someone has the opportunity at present to do that, to be in that situation. I do feel like the King of Cups is probably you. So you may have, as I say, somebody may have met someone. With this Six of Cups energy, for someone, it could be that it's someone that you've known from childhood, or you knew from your childhood, whether, I don't know, it was an old school friend or just someone who was in the same area that you lived in, but somebody you've known before. And I say child because of the Page of Wands being there. However, the Six of Cups with the Page of Wands, I did get a vibe of naivety with that Page of Wands. So, you know, like sometimes when people are young, like teenagers, and they start to pursue relationships, and there can be a little bit of naivety there sometimes, can't they, where they're all excited and passionate and ready to explore, but you know, you don't know what to expect, you don't know what's going to happen, you just kind of go all in with hormones and everything, you know, fully into it, just as I say, a bit of a naive sort of energy. And I don't mean that as a criticism, because the pages are kids and it's just part of life, is that they've got to grow up, isn't it? But that for some reason, a past experience may have made someone kind of protective of themselves. They might have become more protective as they got older. With the Four of Pentacles and the Hanged Man there, that's part of the process of maturity, isn't it? Where I think a lot of people can go from being very open, very naive, to going through a phase of being very protective of themselves. And then the Hanged Man, it's spiritual development, isn't it? So for me, that's the maturity side of things, where you become a little bit wiser, a little bit more mature when it comes to relationships. And then, as I say, following on from that, we've got the Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords, which suggest a little bit of, I'd say fear, fear of getting hurt for the most part. And then the King of Cups would be where, if you are afraid of getting hurt, you are going to be a bit more reserved with your emotions, aren't you? You're not going to just blurt it all out and go in full force. However, as I say, the King of Cups knows how they feel. So they might be in two minds. They might be feeling passionate about something, or passionate about someone, should I say, or just the idea of even pursuing someone or pursuing an opportunity with someone. With the Eight of Cups being there, what do I feel from that? I'm just questioning it, because I know often it's about walking away. However, let me get one for that on its own. I'm wondering if that's about not settling, to be honest. I mean, for some, maybe it could be that you feel something for someone and you're just not 100% sure whether it is worth going for it or not, with the Eight of Cups there. And for someone, it might be a case, because we've got Temperance here, which can be about time. timing sometimes. Like, it's not rushing, is it, with Temperance? It's a modest pace. And then the Three of Wands sometimes can be connected to time as well. So, you know, where you sort of, you'd say if you'd met someone and it seems all good, but you're like, you know what, time will tell. Let me just see how I feel as we go along and see what they do as I go along, etc. But let's see what comes up for the Eight of Cups. Because as I said, it could be not settling as well. And here's the battered Queen of Wands. No, that's too many. Yeah, so it seems like a little bit of uncertainty for someone about, as I say, the two sides of it, whether you've met someone and you're just kind of a bit reluctant and seeing how it goes, or whether you are wanting to kind of put yourself out there to experience that great kind of relationship energy again, and you're just not 100% sure. Not 100% sure if you want to see it through, because sometimes we can have the idea and the fantasy in our head, but when it comes to the reality, we hold back a bit. I mean, the moon, I would say, it can refer to your emotions being hidden, but it can also refer to the situation. It can refer to the situation of going towards the unknown. I mean, you do have, it's an eclipse actually in the Eight of Cups. But, it's just a sense of should I, shouldn't I type energy. I mean, I would say there's a desire to make it happen, but as I say, it can be a bit of reluctance. I mean, for some, I always say the Knight of Wands, or often say the Knight of Wands, can be about fearlessness as well. So for some, it could be about having that feeling of wanting to be fearless and kind of go off into the unknown to pursue a specific relationship, or to put yourself back out there in general. So let's move these out of the way and we will get into the past energy. So that was the overall energy. So it looks like there's an opportunity, whether it's, as again, just repeating myself now, there is someone specific, although I'm not 100%. I mean, as I say, the King of Cups, it feels more like you, to be honest. But we'll see as we go. So yeah, someone either has a specific person in mind, or wanting to get someone, wanting to have a new relationship. I mean, for those of you who are wanting to find someone, to meet someone, the ask for help part of things is that maybe you feel like you need help to get to that point of, having that union. Sounds a bit dramatic, doesn't it? Just to meet someone, should I say, to ask for help to meet someone. Maybe it's a case of, if you have friends, if you are someone who has a lot of friends, acquaintances, it's kind of looking for opportunities to socialize more, to be a bit more social. So let's put these back. For some of you, with that individuality card coming up and the fact that the Queen of Wands was in reverse, for some of you, you may have a few doubts about, how would I put it? Do I want to say self-esteem? I don't know if it's that deep, but there could be a little bit around self-esteem where you kind of feel that you are quite a unique person, and you find it difficult to find like-minded people, or people who connect with you and you feel accepted by or with. So that could be an issue for someone. So let's look at the past. So the Wheel of Fortune as a past energy. I mean, that's where things would have changed. Something changed there. I mean, I can see the Five of Swords there, and I know there was like a Seven of Wands. Was it Seven of Wands that wanted to come with it before? Can't remember now. So Wheel of Fortune, sorry, and you said Five of Wands then. Right, we've got, I don't know if these should all be in reverse, to be honest. I feel like they're meant to be upright. I feel like they're actually meant to be upright. I will leave them, but I do kind of feel like they're supposed to be upright. I don't know why I'm putting them like that. Let's put them down here so that we know what we're looking at. So Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Strength card. Let's see what else comes out. Oh, Five of Wands. I was thinking about it, wasn't I? And it's shown up. Anything else? I'm going to get something for that Knight of Pentacles, and I think the Tower as well. So Knight of Pentacles, please. Yep, I like that. I do like that. Let me just get one more. Love it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's basically about, it's where you commit to yourself, isn't it? Where you, I mean, as I said, Three of Wands for me can be about intention. Something's changed where, let's have a look at the Tower. I don't know well, there's clearly some sort of conflict there with that Five of Wands, this time, Wands. There may have been past situations that you've learned from in a very dramatic way with the Tower being there, and it's kind of made you you would have had to kind of reassess, although there's nothing, I mean, in the present there is stuff to do with assessing or reassessing, but you may have had to reassess your values, your sense of self-worth, what you're willing to tolerate, not tolerate, and sort of changed your intentions and your view of what you deserve and what your expectations are in relationships. So yeah, as I said, Knight of Pentacles, it's kind of like honoring yourself, isn't it? It's where you're committing to honoring your own emotions and getting what's right for you with the Justice card as well. So the Tower, where's the Tower there? Right, well, whatever happened, you needed to heal from it with the or to have, you know, give yourself a time out, a pause, and you've got the King of Swords to, as I say, assess. I am getting something else from this actually, but I'll tell you in a minute. You've got the Queen of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. It's almost like, because I did say at first, I wonder if these are meant to be upright. I don't know. I don't know if it's like some sort of resistance, because sometimes for me, the Strength card can be about resistance. I'm almost thinking like a resistance or avoidance, or just a lack of awareness or something to that effect of what your needs actually are. So with the Queen of Wands being in reverse, it's like where you're not fully considering or seeing your worth or your value. The Tower, it's like avoidance of change, isn't it? So, you know, if you were in a relationship with someone where you had really strong feelings for them, but clearly they just weren't treating you the way you deserved, however that works out. But it's like, because of the feelings you may have had for that person, or if there were any self-worth issues, that doesn't mean that you were like that in every relationship, but, you know, maybe it was just that one particular person where they had some kind of hold over you, because sometimes the Strength card can be seen as that as well. It was just hard to let go of that, like you resisted letting go of that potentially. And it's something you would have needed to heal from. With the Page of Pentacles there, it is making me think of someone, I've said it before in readings, where in a relationship, at the very beginning, a page is fine as an energy for a relationship at the beginning, but if you are wanting it to become something longer term, you can't stay in page energy forever, because the pages it's like, it's immature energy for a relationship when it's, you know, gone past a certain point. And especially say if you well, you're not in that Queen of Pentacles energy fully here, but if you were in full Queen of Pentacles and full Queen of Swords energy, and you had someone step into you like a page, that's just like, no, that doesn't match, that's not in alignment with where you are, is it, in life? So it does make me think of where you may have accepted less than you deserved, possibly, and I think most of us have gone through that at least once in our lives. I mean, for those of you who've never had those kind of shitty experiences, fantastic, you've accumulated some really good karma. But I think for most people, at least once, at the very least, they've gotten less than they deserved. And obviously when that happens, it's not necessarily that you can avoid it. It's just about being aware of it and then knowing how to deal with it. And because you've got the Queen of Swords in reverse here, I would say if you had been through that experience, you wouldn't have been as assertive as you should have been in dealing with it. Like, if someone steps to you in that page energy and you're a queen, and you've given them a chance, and they're still several months later or years later still acting like a page and you're still a queen, yeah, you might have to cut your losses there. But let's see, I wanted to see why well, it doesn't actually show that things ended with the Tower, did it? But I mean, I did say that with the Four of Swords there, it's where you needed to take a pause, but it's also rethinking things as well, or trying to figure things out. Let's see if it'll tell us, because it's like, I wonder if you're still in that situation. I don't know if for someone you could still be in that situation and you realize what your value is now and you want to get out of it. Let's continue. Let's just see what else comes up for that Tower card, if the cards don't decide to all fly all over the place. I mean, we have, as I say, we have got cards of wanting to set new intentions. So maybe for some, you have, you are in a situation and deciding to get out of it. If it's not just that you're single and wanting something new, or you've met someone new, but this is all past energy. We've got the Three of Cups there. So again, you may have assessed and thought to yourself, hang on, is this relationship genuinely loving or supportive, or is it bullshit, to be frank? I mean, you've got the Knight of Wands there. This does feel more like an external energy. And when the Knight, I mean, I like the Knight of Wands in general because for me it's about fearlessness. However, in relationships, it can be a different story. Like, it's all good if you just want a one night stand, or if you just focused on enjoying yourself. But if you want something more stable, the Knight of Wands probably isn't the best option, because they're an adventurer, aren't they? It can be player energy, but it's more than that. It's just lack of commitment, and especially with it being in reverse as well. That's like someone that just comes in and out of your life. Like, one minute you hear from them, the next minute they've disappeared for 2 months, they ghost you, stuff like that. Again, not giving you what you deserve. Not giving you the genuine love and support that you deserve. And as I say, that in and out, I'm almost wondering if someone was involved with someone like that, and the way it ended was, it wasn't even like like it needed to be a tower moment, but if the person just pretty much disappeared on you, like you or if you even had one disagreement and they just disappeared, and it's like, what are they the invisible man or something? Because sometimes for me that can be the Three of Wands can be like waiting and like looking out for something to happen as well. But I do feel in that past, whatever's gone on in the past, you've realized that you want to commit to getting what you deserve a lot more. So I will put these back and we'll look at that Five of Swords, and that is basically, it's what you can learn from the past. I mean, as I say, this is where things changed. If you'd had experiences where you weren't getting exactly what you deserved before, this is where it changed, and you sort of realize, actually, I want more than that. I deserve better than that. So just give me a minute to get things back in order, the cards back in order if I can, because half of them are reversed, half of them are upright. So Five of Swords, and I am wondering if, I mean, it could be a bit of both. It could be the energy of people who haven't treated you fairly, because that's one of the energies of the Five of Swords. It's mistreatment, isn't it? It could also be your energy where you've sort of realized that actually I have been taken advantage of, possibly. Let's see, why is the Five of Swords there? So as I said, this is what you've learned, or what you can learn from that, what's happened in the past. That was quick. Right, you've got the Seven, I like that. You've got the Seven of Wands, and it's there twice. It's in the present as something you can learn, and it's clarifying that Five of Swords energy. So if you had been mistreated in the past, it's learning to stand up for yourself and what you want, isn't it? And not to be afraid of being assertive. And again, it's still past. It's what you learn from the past. So let's take you, Ten of Swords. Yeah, not being afraid to end things. Like if you've been in situations where you have, starting again, Page of Wands, and being willing to start again. As I said, dishonorable situations that haven't been right for you, but I don't know whether it's because you have feelings for the person, or you feel guilty, or whatever it is, whatever your reasoning is. It's not fearing ending things. For some, it can be fear of being alone. There's different reasons for different people. But as I say, a fear of overcoming any fears around standing up for yourself and what you want, and not being fearful of ending things with someone if it's just they're not treating you right. So Page of Wands, as I said, that's where I'd say that the Page of Wands is probably the most fearless. Well, maybe you could debate it between them and the Knight of Swords, actually. But the Knight of Swords is Page of Swords is more concerned with knowledge and information. So in terms of being adventurous and exploring and putting themselves out there, the Page of Wands is still Yes, it can go to the extreme of being naive, but then it can also just be an energy of being very open to new experiences, even if they've been through bad experiences. I may have a look at that Ten of Swords on its own out of curiosity. Right, I've got the Hierophant. For me, that kind of just feels like what you've learned. Okay, and then you get the High Priestess next to it. Yeah. That feels the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Wands. It's learning. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's fully, that you've completed that part of your journey or phase or whatever it is, but it's learning to trust your intuition more if you have gut feelings about situations, about whether something feels good for you or not. If it honors you or not, then using that to take action and get what you actually want. Let me have a quick look at the Hierophant. I feel like that's just the lessons learned, but let's see if there's anything else that comes up for that. Page of Cups. The first thing that comes to mind with that Hierophant, it is still learning, but it's learning to be careful with your heart and the impact. The impact. I mean, I'm not against being vulnerable at all, but it's just that awareness that be vulnerable, great, but being discerning at the same time as being vulnerable. That may not sound like it makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So having a sense of discernment along with that vulnerability as well. If you open up to people, be careful with your heart, because it can sometimes, with that Five of Swords type energy, it can have a massive impact on your sense of inner security, can't it? And then it's like, once that gets disrupted or damaged, you're the only person that can fix that. It's not, nobody else can come in and mend it for you. It's your job to it's up to you to fix that. So yeah, let's have a look at that Ten of Swords. So we have the, I kind of like that, but let's see what else comes out with it. I think I know what that means. What was that wanted to come out? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I like that. Am I going to leave it there? Let's get one more. What is it? Eight of Cups. So again, in terms of the overcoming any fears of ending things with people, it's the reminder that although something can end and it can be extremely painful, if you've got your heart broken or whatever actions you've had to take, you can recover from that. You can recover from that, and you can have new opportunities and second chances, even if it's with other people. Because obviously, if somebody's treated you really badly, I mean, obviously it depends on the extent. You probably won't want to get back together with them, but yeah, you can have second chances, and you can go off on a new journey, new adventure. It may be unknown. You can't be certain what you're going to get, if the next person you end up with is going to be decent or not, but you still have the power to sort of decide, okay, if you meet someone and they're good for you, great. If they're not, then unfortunately you may have to end it and start again. But you know, it's a cycle, isn't it? You can repeat the cycle. So let's take these away and get onto this current energy. So current energy, again, it's an energy of questioning. There is an element of, is it worth it? But let me get the clarifiers out to see what the full extent of that is. And I like I can keep looking at that elevation card, and it is elevation. It's elevating who you are in relationships is one thing. Maybe okay, I don't know how to say this without it sounding offensive. Elevating the people that you pick, but it's not to say that people aren't good enough for you. It's more to do with the way they treat you. So sort of an elevation in getting what you deserve in relationships. So let's look at the Seven of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. God, a question that's coming to mind is it enough? So for someone who, if someone's dating someone and you are kind of stuck in a situation with someone where you're not sure, you've got doubts, it might be that you're questioning, is what they are giving me enough? And I'm not talking about finances. I mean, in the physical actions, the way they treat you, is it enough? So Seven of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Someone might also be questioning if they've got enough to give as well. If you still have a little bit of niggling confidence issues, You might be questioning if you've got enough to give, especially if you're wanting to put yourself back out there. Right, 10 of Cups. I mean, that's the potential, isn't it? You would be asking, is it enough to have 10 of Cups potential for great happiness, fulfillment, emotionally? Or you might be asking if you feel that way for someone. How much potential does it have? You would ask if there is genuine love and support there as well, or you may be asking that. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. So again, I spoke of physical efforts that someone's putting in. So for those of you involved with someone, you would be asking, are they putting in the work? Like, if is it matching the amount of work and effort and energy and time that I'm putting into the relationship as well? And then you have the Knight of Swords. That's a question about, I mean, it can be clarity related, but it can be to do with honesty as well. Let's get one more. 9 of Swords. So you got a little bit of worry about that. I wonder if someone's question, well, first of all, if there's questions around, is it worth it, that would make you slightly anxious. Somebody might be questioning someone's honesty as well, or wondering if someone is as honest as they seem. You know, sometimes it can be that too good to be true energy. But also for those who are, again, for those who are single and just wanting to put themselves out there, it could be questions of, again, just the same thing of, is it worth it? It can make people feel a bit anxious putting themselves back out there. You might question if, like, especially if you wanted to do online dating, you might be questioning, am I going to get catfished? To be honest. So again, is it worth it? But let me look at that Knight of Swords. This deck is really a bit odd today, the way it's just flipping all over the place. Right. Oh, it's a bit of that. Well, yes, it still can relate to if someone's being honest, but I am getting a bit of a, is it too good to be true energy with this? Or worrying if you are single, if you'll meet people again, and will it be a case of, is it too good to be true? Because this 7 of Pentacles in reverse here looks like doubt, and then you've got the Star, which is like a wish, like a dream come true, next to the Ace of Pentacles, which is a dream come true type of energy as well, isn't it? Right, I will leave that there, and let's see what you can learn in the present. So current situation, whether you're single or attached or involved or whatever, there are questions around, is it worth it? Is it enough? Whether it's from someone else or you, what you're able to give or put out. I don't mean put out in that way, by the way. So 7 of Wands. I mean, that's that can be learning about what's worth standing up for and fighting for, can't it? Whether it is a relationship with a particular person or yourself, to be honest. Right, 7 of Wands. Why is that there? What can we learn? What can you learn in the present, the world? 9 of Cups. The Hermit. The Magician. God, that's a lot of random cards. Ooh, okay. Well, from the Hermit and the Magician, I am getting use what you've learned. That's one thing I'm getting. But another thing with the World and the 9 of Cups is be open to the opportunity. So again, if you haven't, if you are a single person and you're wanting to get this relationship stuff, romantic relationship, be open to the opportunities, enjoy meeting people, enjoy socializing, enjoy the experiences, but use what you've learned as well. Let me just get one more for that. 4 of Swords. Yeah, that can be about careful contemplation, again, discernment, using your discernment to judge if it's the right opportunity for you. I do have messages for if it's non-single person as well. Let me look at the Hermit. I just wanted to look at the Hermit. I'm not sure why, because I feel like I already know what it means. It's just discernment again, to be honest. So if you are attached to somebody, especially if it's a brand new situation, it's telling you to sort of be open to it's the same message as for single people. Be open to the opportunity, enjoy it as much as you can, but also have that sense of discernment as well. Using what you've learned to discern if this is right for you, if you're being treated the way you deserve to be treated, if it has how much potential it has. Let's get one more for that Hermit. Using what you've learned will help you to discern if it's worth it or not, yeah, or not. Is it worth it or not with the Lovers? Let me get one more. You've got the King of Pentacles and the Temperance card. Yeah, that's just about if it's stable, if it's practically stable, like, like someone's words matching their actions, and if it feels harmonious. Do you feel calm, or do you constantly feel anxious with a person? And when I say anxious, I don't mean like nervous excitement. I mean anxious as in you're constantly worried about if they actually like you, where they're going, what they're doing, that kind of painful anxiety. Or is it just peace? Do you feel peaceful with the person? Also in terms of how they speak to you, that's come to mind as well. The things they say, how they speak to you, are you comfortable with that? Do you feel safe? Or do they say or do certain things that make you very uncomfortable, and you just, if anyone else did it, you'd probably not want anything to do with them, but with this particular person, you might be giving them a free pass. So we're going to move on to the future energy. And if you need, see, it's a funny one. When you're in relationships, sometimes it can do more harm than good talking to friends, can't it? Because when everybody sticks their opinion in, it's like at the end of the day, you do have to trust your own intuition. However, if you do have someone that you trust in particular, and you really value what they have to say, and you feel that they do have your best intentions at heart, it may be worth, if you have any doubt, speaking to them about it. But as I say, you really have to trust that person and know that they want the best for you. If you're going to go down that road, and again, it's your intuition is the one that is the most important, isn't it? So High Priestess is a future energy. I mean, you probably will be using your intuition more. Yeah, that's like an elevation of your intuition as well, to be honest, with the King of Swords being there. Let's see what else follows on from that. Love it. This is a very powerful progression here. And it's a powerful progression, but it's also representative of the types of energies that you can pull in as well, that you can attract. Right. Love it. We've got the Queen of Swords at the end as well, and that's a matching pair. And I feel like I'm having deja vu. I don't know if this happened in a water sign reading recently, where it's about being on the same page, isn't it, with the Queen and King of Swords. It's if you've had any issues, I can't remember who's reading, it might have happened in an earth sign reading actually, where there's if you struggled with honesty with people in the past, it's where you in the future you will deal with people who are more honest and match your level of honesty, assuming that you are very honest, but like honest and straight to the point. And when I say straight to the point, it just means that you're open about how you feel and what you want. Like you state your intentions. You're not trying to deceive anyone or anything like that. So you can attract someone or involve yourself with someone who is like that. And then with the Emperor as well, I talked about immaturity with the pages being there. You've got a change there. So it's, as I said, it's like an elevation. Using your intuition, it can put you more into this King of Swords energy, where you might be more assertive, you might be more discerning, that type of energy. And that changes things so that you can become the Emperor, where you have that more powerful type energy around you, and you can attract the Emperor as well. Well, hopefully the positive side of the Emperor, where they are very responsible and make their intentions known. They'll build with you. They have a plan. Like, it's not that frivolous Knight of Wands energy of the in and out business. It's just stable, secure opportunity. Let me just get something for that Two of Pentacles to see if that's about doing what needs to be done, or if there's any doubts there, or if it relates to doubts in any way. It's more balanced, yeah. I think it's about balance. You've got the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups there. It's where you can be vulnerable, where you feel safe, because you know that the person is matching you, like they're in alignment with you. They're more honest. They're as honest as you are. They put in as much practical effort as you do. The feelings are the same. What's missing? Ones, they're as passionate as you are. So it's a more balanced situation, but that comes from maybe you'll use your intuition future wise and you'll be in that situation. And because of your enhanced intuition, that's kind of keeps you in a better situation to use your intuition better. But looks like there's an opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles being there. And I don't know if I said already, this is a timeless reading, so this could be at any time. So let's look at what you can learn from, the advice going forward, not what you can learn, the advice going forward is the Seven of Cups there. It almost feels like it's about honing your intuition, but let's see what else comes up for that Seven of Cups, because that can be very much be about confusion. And I would say with the Seven of Cups, there's a need to kind of come out of any confusion. So we've got the Five of Pentacles there. We have the Star. So that's like no longer leaving yourself out in the cold, isn't it? Going for what you want, making sure that you get what you want and what you deserve, which is the Two of Cups, reciprocity, isn't it, with the Two of Cups? Eight of Cups for me is about not settling, and you have the Six of Pentacles, again, that balanced energy, the balanced give and take. So it's learning to, if you've been in confusing situations or are in a confusing situation, it's learning to move away from that so that you have, again, you just get what you want. Basically, you're not settling, you're getting what you deserve. So let's put these down. And obviously, if you are involved with someone as well, it's when you hone that intuition, it's using that to judge if the person that you're with is the more mature energies, which this could be representative of someone that you're already with, to be honest. The King of Swords, the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, you'll know if this is someone that you're already with, or if you need to let go of someone to move into these, to get these kind of energies in your life. So let's get some final advice for you from the Unicorns deck. Just bear with me a minute. So from the Unicorns deck, final advice for deck one, group one, who had the relationship reading. Friendship, love it. I mean, I mentioned friendship quite a bit at the beginning. Seek out your soul family, surround yourself with positive people, spend more time socializing. I'm pretty sure I said spend more time, enjoy socializing at least twice. So one thing I've said, and I may have said it in one of your water sign readings or a different reading, is about the foundation of a stable long-term relationship being friendship. Again, I also mentioned at the beginning or nearer to the beginning, something about if you have acquaintances, friends, like use the opportunities to socialize more because you could meet someone that way. Anything else? Right, growth, which is what I've seen in the cards. I've seen the growth in the cards from the past energies of maybe not accepting what you deserve to going into a future energy where you are more discerning and more trusting of your intuition. So it says, seek out a mentor or guide, take baby steps as you grow, be willing to learn from others. So again, if you, as I said previously, if you are struggling to make decisions here and you do have someone that you really trust and has your best interests at heart, it may be worth kind of letting them be a sounding board for you if you want to get something out of your system or to make sense of things relationship-wise. Anger, safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. So if there is anything unresolved from the past that you may be feeling angry about, it's an opportunity to grow from that and learn from it. In the present, if you are involved with someone, and there is something about that situation that's making you feel angry. Can't remember, I may have said it in an earth sign reading again. It's being, knowing that if you have a mature partner and there are things that are pissing you off, you should be able to talk to them about it. And if things constantly come up and you're not able to talk about them with someone, that can be like a deal breaker, can't it? But know that you should, I mean, first of all, not to say that you should never get angry with your partner, but if you're getting angry a lot, or they're doing things that are angering you a lot, then there are a lot of questions to ask around that about what needs to be resolved, or can it be resolved. And then you have beloved. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. So that believe you are lovable, if anybody's got self-esteem issues, you know, again, or fears around being accepted, that comes in here, that beloved energy. I would say that Emperor came up, the Ace of Pentacles came up in the future as well. As future energies, it says prepare for your life partner, and that is, the Emperor is a life partner energy, isn't it? A King is a life partner type energy. So I'll leave your reading there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, if you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But thank you very much for watching. Take care. Welcome back again, those of you who chose the second deck, group 2. So let us see what you have gotten. You have the work reading. So I'm going to put that there for you. Just wanted to say before I begin, thank you to everyone who likes, shares, watches, comments on the videos, subscribes to the channel. If you want a personal reading, please see the info in the description box for that. So again, these messages are for anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is a water sign: Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. Nearly forgot it then. And as you have the work reading, as I said in the main intro, work related reading, it can be to do with your literal job or career, or just anything that you are focused on or giving your time and energy and effort to. So that could include projects, something creative, learning, business plans, your life purpose or spiritual path, or just any achievements and resources as well. So this is going to be your main deck. We're going to get you some oracle cards, first of all from the life purpose deck, and then from the sacred destiny deck. So what does group 2 need to know? And I can't remember if I've said it already, but you are welcome to watch any of the other element readings. So if your sun, moon or rising sign is an earth sign, fire or air, you can watch that too. Right, you have, bloody hell, justice, like earth. I think earth got that as well. Well, no, the earth signs definitely got justice in their work reading as well. That was extremely dramatic. Just bear with me. That was acrobatic, much less dramatic. So you've got 2 that have gone down there. Just bear with me to check. Yeah, that's it. Right, I think we'll leave it there. You've got 2 more. And they are, you've got counselling. You heal with kind words, wise advice and an empathetic ear. So you could be a counsellor. You could offer counselling in some way, shape or form, whether it's professionally or spiritually. Well, spiritually, I'm not going to say spiritually is not professionally, but you know what I mean. Like if you're a certified psychologist or something, or a certified counsellor, or it could be spiritually. And then you have environmentalist. So some of you, I'm sure Capricorn got the environmentalist card as well. Or am I imagining things right? It says you're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture and teach about nature and the animals. I feel like, I mean, somebody here could be very much into looking after the environment, and even simple things like just using natural products, or you're very much into recycling or stuff like that. But somebody could be into working with animals as well, and kind of, yeah. Like, I'm just thinking of stuff like in the UK, we have the RSPCA, and I do know what it means because I actually donate to them. But, you know, off the top of my head in the middle of a reading, I can't remember the exact words in what the RSPCA means, but I do know what it means. So, yeah, you could be doing something like that, because that would relate to justice as well. Because with the RSPCA, there is a thing where people can get prosecuted if the RSPCA rescue an animal, and there's cruelty has been there. In terms of counselling, there can be a connection to counselling and justice in terms of, like, say if you're someone who supports people who are going through court cases to do with abuse, as one example, stuff like that. There's other things as well, but that's one way that justice can connect to it. Or it could be just in terms of justice could mean that you are, I mean, it could be that someone is also, there could be some of you that are involved in legal careers, and the legal stuff could be to do with, could relate to psychological stuff, and also are there environmental lawyers? I'm pretty sure there are. There's lawyers for everything, aren't there? But yeah, I was going to say as well, with the justice card, it could be that you're wanting to pursue a specific career, and the justice for you would be that you finally get to do it. Let's get you a couple more cards. So we'll get you Sacred Destiny cards as well. Witness protection is coming to mind strangely. I think it's just because of that protect. But to be frank, that protect energy came up. There was a card specifically for protection in the Earth Signs video, and witness protection didn't come up there, but for some reason here, I don't know. But anyway, let's get you some more cards out. So again, for the second group who got the work reading, right, you have flexibility, you've got leadership, and you have pleasure. So when I'm seeing the leadership and the pleasure card together, again, in terms of getting, that could relate to in terms of finally being able to pursue the career that you want. Flexibility might come in the way that you have to do it. Like, say, for example, if you have to work a job and study, like, say, for example, if you were already a counsellor, but you wanted to become an environmental lawyer or something. I know that's quite dramatic. It's like you still have to keep the counselling job to make money to pay for the law degree. So flexibility that's one example of flexibility in that sense. Yeah, let's see what comes up for you cards. So let's do your tarot cards and see what comes up. So what's the overall energy here? So overall energy. I don't know why I'm getting an image of. There's a guy, is it the Dog Daddy or something like that? And I haven't seen many of his videos. I've seen it like shorts on YouTube, but that's come into mind as well, because the Dog Daddy is kind of like an animal therapist, isn't he? So that's come into mind too. But anyway, let's get the overall energy for this, for the work reading. So you've got the Ace of Swords. Kind of feels like clarity, but we'll see what else comes out. So let's see what comes up for the past with this. Yeah, I'd say, well, we'll see what else comes out, but with the Two of Wands in the past, that's where you didn't know what path to choose or what decision to make. Anything else for that? Right, so you saw the Two of Swords kind of wanted to come out. So again, it's just a similar energy to the Two of Wands, not knowing what to choose, not knowing what will make you happy, possibly. So present. Love it. The Emperor is leadership, and for me, that Page of Wands would be a certain degree of flexibility, isn't it? So it's like taking the lead, but also being willing to learn as well, even if you are taking the lead. Being willing to learn and be flexible, like learn as you go as well. Anything else for that current energy? Right, you got the Five of Pentacles there. Let's look at the potential future. Eight of Pentacles, so that looks like hard work. So if you are wanting to pursue a certain path, it kind of looks like you're very focused and putting a lot of effort in there and working on it, basically. So anything else as a final card of advice, like how to advise moving forward with this? Oh, the Lovers. So it's for me, this is about whatever you're putting your effort, your time and energy into, make sure it's something that you really love and that it's your choice, hopefully, that it's not a default. So, you know what, I've realised I've used the wrong deck for this. Have I used the wrong deck? No, I haven't actually. I'm getting confused because when I do these readings, I have like 6 tarot decks and then another 6 oracle decks, so it can, or more, so it can get a bit confusing at times. So I'm going to put this one. I need to put this one out of the way, otherwise I may get mixed up. That is the right deck, yeah. So I have clarifiers. So we're going to look at the Ace of Swords first of all. Okay. So what do we need to know for the Ace of Swords, please? So we've got I did say clarity. It's like, no, I mean, the King of Swords knows what they want, don't they? So the main theme here may be, again, with that Justice, it's a card, sort of knowing what you want or knowing what feels right for you. The Sun, I mean, that's potential, that's happiness, isn't it? It's what brings you joy. And also clarity as well with the Sun. It's where things are illuminated. So it's like, yeah, I finally know what I want. I know what I want to do. I know what path I want to pursue. That's quite a lot of positive cards. You get the Ten of Cups. I know it will make me happy. I mean, the King of Swords is a leadership type energy as well. Hanged Man. I may just look at the Hanged Man on its own when I've got the other cards out. And the Seven of Swords. It still feels like just becoming clear overall. I mean, for some, it may be a case of if you've become very clear on what you want to do, it's time to bring, you might have kept it to yourself and it's time to bring it out of the shadows now, because we've got the Hanged Man there with the Seven of Swords. So, Hanged Man. I mean, in your own mind, at the very least, you know what you want, I would say. You've got the Tower card, the Death card, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I think that you probably know that by changing, if you change your path or you do whatever it is that you want, it's going to be a massive change. It may even be because, wow, actually, yeah, with the Tower, the Hanged Man and the Death card, I've said before that those 3 cards individually can be connected to spiritual awakening, and all 3 of them are together here. So for me, it may be that you've gone through an awakening and you've been doing the work, or some sort, or a massive realization, or you've had some experience that has dramatically changed things, and you now kind of realize where you want to put your effort, your time, energy and effort. Although the Eight of Pentacles can represent, if you've been through an awakening as well, it's doing the inner work. Let me just get one more for that Hanged Man. Yeah, it's partly doing the inner, yeah, it's both. It's where you've done the inner work, but it's also about knowing what you want and making plans, because the Emperor makes plans, doesn't he, and to build and acts upon it too. So Seven of Swords. So this Ace of Swords is very much about knowing what you want here. The Seven of Swords there, it's where you bring it out into the open and you take action, you take the necessary steps, you follow the dream. So let's get the extra clarifiers out of the way and get back into it. So this is the overall energy of just being very clear about what you want, but as I say, it's time to bring it out into the open by the looks of it. Let's look at that Two of Wands in reverse. As I said, as a past energy, it's like not knowing what path to choose, not necessarily knowing what you want to do even. I mean, what I'd say you've learned from that past energy is that you need more emotional fulfillment, or you need more emotional fulfillment. So in your work, say if you've always been a person that just does whatever you have to do to get by, to pay the bills, you may have done it for such a long time now that you've gotten to a point in life where it's like, I need more than this. I need more than just I mean, obviously we do need the money to survive, but you want more satisfaction out of it, and a more sense of fulfillment than just being able to pay the bills, possibly. I mean, for some people don't care. Some people are just perfectly content being able to pay the bills, have some treats, that's fine. And then, you have other people where they want major fulfillment out of their jobs. So let's look at that Two of Wands. Yeah, I mean, for me, Eight of Cups is often an energy of like not settling, isn't it? It's like you're sick of whatever these cups represent emotionally. You don't want that anymore. You're done with that. It's like, no, it's not enough. You want the Ninth Cup. Something's missing. That's where something's missing. The Tower. I mean, that to me suggests that you want things to change pretty dramatically, or would have wanted something to change pretty dramatically. That Tower's going to keep coming up now, isn't it? Seven of Wands. You may have felt, though, that you couldn't do it, and that might be, for some, that might be a reason why you didn't know what path to choose or what action to take, because you felt like, well, this isn't going to work. There's like too much against me, whether it's financial constraints, in terms of education and knowledge and skills, stuff like that, or just lack of opportunities, or just in general not knowing, or having a lot of shit going on in your life where it's like you've just got too many other things to deal with, to worry about. I want my job to be satisfying and fulfilling. So let's see what else comes up here. Right, you've got the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. That's interesting. I'm going to need to look at that Three of Pentacles on its own, because yeah, okay, that does make sense. I was going to say the Three of Pentacles alone is usually people working together, and it's quite harmonious. But I was going to say, because it was between the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Five of Swords, I was going to say that something feels off about that. Like maybe the people that you work with, you're not happy about it, or the situation you're in at work, or you've just got other responsibilities. That just something's just not working for you here, and then it gets clarified by the Nine of Swords. So whatever you were doing, it wasn't working. It wasn't working in the way that you wanted it to. It wasn't all coming together the way that you wanted it to. Whether it was people in the workplace, whether it was family, friends, whoever, community people. This feels like pressure with that Seven of Wands. Let me see what that's about. You know, like sometimes it can be the pressure to conform or something, and you kind of want to go off and get your peace with the Six of Swords. But yeah, it feels like pressure. And then you've just got conflict there. Let me have a look at that Five of Swords on its own, just to be nosy. You've got Justice there. Let me just get one more. I mean, for me, that just says that there was something where you probably weren't being treated fairly, and you want to be treated fairly, whether it was that you know, sometimes, I mean, it's swords, isn't it? So in a workplace, that could be, why am I thinking about one-upmanship? Stuff like one-upmanship and competition and manipulation and just weird environments, even like where, I don't know why I'm thinking this about people giving each other the silent treatment and stuff in the workplace, or, you know, like snide comments and stuff like that, and hierarchies. But you know, I mean, hierarchies are in a lot of workplaces, but where people really put you down for that as well, if you're not a certain level. That's sort of weird stuff is coming to mind. Let's see what else comes out. We have, yeah, you just knew that it didn't feel good. Whatever it was, it didn't feel good. There could have been a lot of mental stress as well. Maybe you had too many people, you know, like if you multitask, or if you have you're doing the jobs of multiple people, basically, it's stressful, isn't it? So we'll leave that there. So overall, as I say, that's wanting things to change, but maybe not knowing what action to take or exactly what path you want to choose. But you definitely wanted the change there, very, very dramatically. And I would say with that, it can be just about changing your career, but even in terms of your lifestyle, your hours, the location, things like that could come into it as well. So let us look at that Ten of Cups. As I say, this is what you can learn from the past, and it's to choose what will make you happier, or what at least has the potential to make you happier. Because yeah, Five of Cups, you've got pure disappointment there. Chaos with the Eight of Wands. That can be chaos for me. Let's see if anything else comes up about communication, actually, because it can relate to that sometimes as well. But, okay, no, it's more about chaos. We've got the Empress, the Four of Cups, and we have the Four of Swords and the Hermit. So for me, the Four of Swords and the Hermit, for me, it's where you learning what you could have learned from that, what you have learned or need to learn from that, is about giving yourself the time and space to and sometimes that can be impossible, can't it? To block out all of the noise and the distractions, to be able to even think or recognize what it is that you want. Because As I say, clearly you've had disappointments, you've got dissatisfaction there, as well as not knowing what to do. You've got chaos there, but you would have wanted to birth something new and to create something that feels like something that you really want to nurture. Again, where, for example, if it was just working for the money, it's like, no, I want something that I actually care about, not just something that I'm having to do, like in where you're in that kind of robot energy. So yeah, again, really giving yourself the time and space to think about what it is, what will make you happy. And you won't necessarily achieve that overnight, will you? But at least you can have something to work towards that gives you get satisfaction out of at least trying to get it in the first place, or trying to achieve it, should I say. So the Emperor, Page of Wands in the present, I nearly said future then, in the present energies. I think it's a willingness. I mean, yeah, you've got the Queen of Swords. It's like you have your truth, you've become clear on what you want, or even if it's not exactly, you don't know exactly what you want, you definitely know what you don't want. And you are willing to sort of take the lead and pursue that. Whether or not you've physically taken action, you might have taken initial steps. I feel like with that Five of Pentacles, it's a warning not to be put off by setbacks. I think I think that comes into the flexibility as well, that whatever your plans are, make sure that it's not going to end up causing suffering to you. Like if there are financial elements to it, make sure, you don't end up homeless and stuff like that, or broke, or in debt or anything like that, if possible. But also don't fear like things not being straightforward. Like you have this idea, it's going to make you happy, and you go for it and expect it to be just a flat, easy road to go along. It's like, no, there'll probably be bumps along the way. Yeah, Nine of Wands, it's about resilience. It's like, have your truth, but remember that you're going to need to have some degree of resilience as well. You may get people that oppose you possibly, or it's just in terms of whatever you're pursuing, it's just not an easy ride, is it? I mean, how many people have pursued a path that they really love and it's been a completely easy ride? If they have, fantastic. But I think for a lot of people it's difficult. So Three of Cups is, as much as you may be a leader, again, in terms of flexibility, make sure you get the support that you need if possible, and don't try to do it all by yourself, or think that you have to do it all by yourself if there are opportunities to get support with it. And there's also something with this message as well. I like the Lovers has come out. There's a message from this as well, that whatever you're doing, it should support you. So like, as I said, if you were doing something for the money and there was all that chaotic energy around it, it's like, yeah, you're getting the money, but it's like mentally, emotionally, it probably drained you. So it's doing the opposite of supporting you, isn't it? It's draining you, whatever you do. You may not make the most money, but it might give you such an emotional and mental feeling of satisfaction that supports you. As I said, we have the Lovers here, so it's again, it's choosing and connecting with something that you love and that supports you emotionally, spiritually, whatever. There's a big sense of satisfaction out of it, even if the money isn't great, and it could be as well. I mean, sometimes people even get into the state of mind where they think, oh, well, if I do something that I love, then I can't get the right amount of money or get what I'm worth. But sometimes it can just be time, can't it, where the more experience you gain, then you can gain more money from it. But I'd say that the emotional, spiritual, and mental side of it is the priority before, everything else. As long as you're not in debt, because then that just adds more stress and it's not, not balanced, is it? So anything else for this? Three of Swords. Okay, let us have a look at that Three of Swords. I did mention something about fear, didn't I? Right, and then we have the World in reverse, so that may be a fear of disappointment, which it's normal, but it would be, as I say, with that Five of Pentacles, it is the advice. It's a case of not letting the fear stop you. Right, I'm waiting to see if the Knight of Wands comes out here now, or Strength or something. Not yet, because I associate that with fearlessness. So you may desire this and want to start, but there are fears here with the Nine of Swords, the World. It's like a fear of starting going into this new cycle. You've got the Hierophant. You've got the King of Wands, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles. it might be fearing that you just don't know if you can do it, like if you have the drive, the ambition, whatever, to do it, like to see it through. I don't mean start it, because clearly there's an energy of wanting to start it, but to see it through. There's can be fears of success. The Ten of Pentacles is there, so fear that you can't be successful, and obviously there's no guarantee. The Hierophant, there can be fears that you don't know enough to do what you want to do, or you don't know if you'll be able to learn what you need to learn to be successful as well. But as I say, this feels more like fear than anything else. Fear of, I mean, if it doesn't work out, it will hurt. Obviously not as necessarily as much as heartbreaks like losing people and grief and stuff like that, but it'll still hurt, especially if it's something that you really love and you feel really connected and attached to. So let's look at the Five of Pentacles. So as I said, it's like, don't let the potential for disappointment stop you, and also just make sure things are financially, you're not going to put yourself into problems. Make sure things are as balanced as they can be. So Five of Pentacles as what you can learn in the future. And then we get the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. There may be something here about learning how to balance out your finances, how to balance things practically, financially, resources, you know, that side of things as well. Like, as much as you can have the dream, that's amazing, but you will have to be practical as well, so that it doesn't end up becoming detrimental, and then it becomes a burden, and then it was like, what was the point of pursuing the dream if it all becomes detrimental to you? Or it could feel like that. It can feel like, what was the point? Because there's always an opportunity to start again. Yeah, learning energy again. 10 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, yeah, practicality. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is that practicality. It's learning about the practical side. I mean, it could be learning about the practical side of doing what you want to do as well, like as in literally learning the skills and abilities to master what you're trying to do, which that does come up in the future. But as I said, you don't want to like pursue the dream blindly without taking practical considerations into mind, and then end up having burdens instead through the process. So we're going to leave that, and we're going to get on to the future energy. 8 of Pentacles, I mean, as I said, this is where you're putting in the work, where you may finally be getting to, if you haven't already started, where you are putting the effort into what it is you want to do. So 8 of Pentacles. Like, say if you wanted a new job, we're going to take those. If you wanted a new job and you've been having interviews, this is where you could end up getting that new job. I mean, yeah, you've got the Page of Pentacles there. It's kind of starting from scratch, but if it's a new job or a new opportunity, it's starting from scratch, isn't it? And it's learning, being willing to learn as you go as well. But he looks so enthusiastic, doesn't he, that Page of Pentacles? I'll look at that Ace of Swords on my own. I mean, it can represent a victory, actually. We've got the 8 of Swords there. I might have to look at that as well. I think I know what that 8 of Swords means, actually. I will clarify on its own. Yeah, I think I know what that means. With the 9 of Pentacles coming up next to it as well. Right, let's get one more for this. Justice, okay. So the something that comes up with the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles is... So I've said the 8 of Pentacles is putting the work in, and it can be focus as well. So this could be a bit of a warning not to get obsessed. Like, once you start something that you love, don't get obsessed with it and let it get to a point of being like a comfort zone where that's all you're focused on, and it's like nobody else can reach you or get to you because all you're doing is that. So you want it to be, you still want to get that balance with the Justice card of all the practical considerations and everything, and then in terms of still having time for other things as well. Because the 9 of Pentacles, sometimes it can be a gilded cage, but it can be about, or a comfort zone, should I say, but it can be about having your sanctuary for yourself as well. Like, you can't be all work. There's got to be rest, play, and work as well. A balance between all of that. So what did I say? Ace of Swords. Could be learning. It feels like that could be a learning energy too. You've got the Knight of Cups, the Strength card, and the 2 of Pentacles. There is a thing about courage here. I mean, yes, because of the Strength card, but even the Ace of Swords is looking like courage as well. It is where that is that energy of where you know what you want to do and you go for it, isn't it? I mean, the Two of Pentacles, that's doing what you need to do within the situation, having the courage to do it. You have the dream, you have the courage, and then you're doing what you need to do and trying to keep everything in balance. Let's look at, what did I say? I wanted to look at the eight of Swords just to check, although as I say, I feel like I know what it's about. So you've got the Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, King of Wands. Okay, that's an interesting one. There may be something with this as well as what I've already said about not getting obsessed with something. About knowing, about having the, what do you call it? The confidence, yes, but there's another word as well and I can't think of it. But yeah, I'm going to say confidence with the King of Wands. To know that if there are struggles and if you do get into phases in the future with what you're working on where you sort of feel stuck or you don't know what direction to take next, or there's challenges in any way, shape or form, and you get to a point where you start to ask, is it worth it? Have the confidence in yourself that you can overcome all of that, that you can overcome those kind of challenges, and that you can be, what's the word? Innovative is coming to mind, but it's not that, it's something else. Dynamic, I suppose, is one word, because we've got the King of Wands there, that you can figure it out, that you can figure your way out of any, if things feel like a struggle. Let's have a look at that Nine of Pentacles then and see what that is. Nine of Pentacles. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Devil. Okay, yeah. I mean, the Devil's there. So when I mentioned like that obsession, being obsessed with what you're doing, that can be an issue there. Let's get one more after that. Knight of Swords. One more. Since we have a cliffhanger with the Six of Cups. There is something about comfort zones here, and not just in terms of, if I mean, yes, if in terms of becoming obsessive about this, but there's something about temptation or comfort zones here where you could pursue the opportunity and then there's some sort of comfort zone that you could have the potential to get in that might be toxic, and I'm not 100% sure. Like, say, something financial could be involved in this where you end up more concerned about the money and the comfort of having the money than the truth of why you actually started doing this. Okay. Well, your truth of why you started doing it and what your dream really was in the beginning. Let me have a look at that Devil and see if it will be specific. You know, like, say, for example, if you started to do to follow the path or career or whatever that you wanted to, and then it wasn't making that much money, or there was something not greatly successful about it, and somebody else came in with an offer and said, oh, I'll offer you 4 times as much money to do this job instead, and you kind of deviate from the dream, or even if it's in a similar field but it's just not as honorable to you. It's like temptation, isn't it? It's tempting you to do something that it might be along the same lines, but it's not 100% your truth and in alignment with what you actually wanted in the first place. Yep, so Devil. Let's see, you've got the Death card, 4 of, yes, a comfort zone of some sort. Right, that's a funny one. I can see the general energies, but I'm not 100% in terms of exact specifically what that could be. But that might be something you want to watch out for, and bear that in mind as you go forward. Right, let's get on with the Lovers. It might be a warning to come out of your comfort zone as one thing as well. But yeah, let's look at the Lovers. So as I say, that's like the final bit of advice going forward, and it's to remember to always choose what you love. As I say, within reason, you have to balance the practical side of things out as well, and not end up giving yourself more burdens in the process. But just remember that, and stay connected to it one way or another, even if it's something that you end up pursuing and somehow you didn't in the long term end up making money out of it, or it was successful for a short amount of time or something. You can stay connected to it. Like, how could you do that? Like, for example, say if you wanted to be a writer or something, or no, actually keeping in line with counseling. Let's keep in line with counseling since that theme is here. Say you wanted to be a counselor, but you just found that you just weren't getting many clients, and it's like, look, I'm not making any money, I'm going to have to do something else. You might have to get another different job, but you could still keep yourself open to have one day a week or something where you're able to do counseling sessions, or you could figure out another way to do it. You know, you could start a channel or a blog or something where you talk about that kind of stuff, so you keep the connection to it even if it's not your full-time constant flow of work. So the Lovers, we've got Temperance, we have the Knight of Cups and the Five of Wands. I feel like with that Five of Wands being there and then now the Chariots come up, it's a warning in terms of remaining connected to what you love, and don't let anybody or anything put you off. I mean, if you really get to a point where you just don't enjoy it anymore, then 100% let go. But if you still feel like you love it, kind of maintain that connection as much as you can. Because with Temperance, that keeps you balanced, doesn't it? It can keep you balanced. And then you've got the Star there. Keeps hope alive as well. It keeps you going. Like, say if you couldn't continue on the path that you wanted to, because again it wasn't successful enough, or working out as well as you wanted to, if you then gave that up altogether and went back to doing something that you just had zero interest in and didn't care about, it's like, well, what have you got to look forward to? You know what I mean? At least say, if again going back to the counselling example, if you said on Saturday mornings you were like, okay, I'll allow myself to be open to do counselling sessions on Saturday mornings, but the rest of the week I've got to do a completely different job to earn money. It's like you've got that Saturday to look forward to, haven't you, that you get to do what you love. And I'm not predicting that somebody's going to do something and it's not going to work out. I'm just giving, if that's an issue that did come up, it's just examples of how to deal with that. So let's look at that Star. I did say it's keep hope alive, isn't it? Keeps hope alive. It's something that inspires you, even if every day can't be exactly what you want it to be. Yeah, it's still holding on to that truth and the thing that gives you hope. So let's get you some final messages from, what am I going to use for this? The Power of Surrender deck. So final advice from the Power of Surrender deck for you, for those of you who've had the work reading. So for those of you who have had the work reading, the water signs who've had the work reading, what messages? I'll get about 3 from this as well. Okay, wow, that's nice. So you've got surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So that would be if any doubts come in or you're not sure if you can do it or not. You've got surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So if you've had any sort of, again, it's the doubts, isn't it? If there's a lack of faith, just, as I say, there's no guarantees, but you need to keep hope alive, don't you, at the very least? Otherwise, what's the point? So surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Again, I feel like that relates to that little message I gave at the end about remaining connected to what you love and keeping hope alive, even if things don't go exactly the way you've planned. See if there's another way that you can still keep it with you, keep it close to you, and enjoy it in that way. So I'll leave your message there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But thank you very much for watching. Take care. Okay, welcome back again to those of you who chose deck number 3, so your group 3. Let's see what you have. You have the general reading. So I'm going to put this over here. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the videos and subscribes to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So again, just to reiterate, these messages are for anyone whose sun, moon, or rising sign is a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer, and you are welcome to watch the videos for the other elements if your sun, moon or rising sign is earth, water or air as well. So we're going to get you some oracle cards out first of all for your general reading, and as I said with general readings in the original intro, this can relate to anything that's like from the day-to-day stuff in your life to something very specific or significant for you as well. So we're going to start off with some moonology cards. So for group 3, let's get some moonology cards out. What do they need to know? So what do water signs who have had the general reading need to know? And I think I may have already mentioned that this is a timeless reading. Right, we've got one. First of all, you have hold your vision. Else you have conclusions are within reach. Let's get you another one from this deck. One more for this group. And you have don't let pride get in the way as well. And I'm going to get you some angels and ancestors cards, and then I'll probably choose one or two to read from the book potentially. But let's see what comes out first of all. So anything else that water signs who got the general reading need to know, please? I love this card. It's one of my favorites in this deck. She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. You also have the Knight card, Be Brave and Honest. And you have Medicine Guardian, Be Open to Healing Information. I almost feel like that this one goes with the Don't Let Pride Get in the Way with that one there. So what am I going to read here? All right, these are pretty self-explanatory, the angels and ancestors. I think we'll look at the moonology cards. We're going to look at Hold Your Vision, I think. Yeah, we'll look at Hold Your Vision, and I think I might leave it there, actually, because, I mean, don't let pride get in your way. That's pretty self-explanatory. Conclusions are within reach. I'm tempted to read that, or at least some part of it, but let's look at Hold Your Vision. So fixed moon, if I can, oh, I think I just opened it by mistake. Well, not by mistake, but yeah, fixed moon. It says there are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheel so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. The Attune to the Moon message says, yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. That means refer the word yes. Additional meanings for this card: staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. And the teaching says, in astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aries. Sorry, Aquarius. I don't know why I just said that. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they can also be obstinate. I will say, because that Leo card's come up about don't let pride get in your way, and one of the meanings for this card can be about stubbornness. I wonder if anyone is dealing with a Leo, or if Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, to be honest. That comes to mind here as well. Right, so yeah, I am going to leave it there, and I'm going to get your tarot cards out now. So let's see what the what's going on here, because this is quite a bit, isn't it? May be a need for someone to have a heart-to-heart conversation, to be honest, with some of the cards that have come out. But, well, yeah, heart-to-heart is where you're open and honest, isn't it? But you're compassionate with it as well. So let's see what comes up. So overall, right, you have the 8 of Cups there. Let's look at the past energies for you. You've got the 3 of Swords. Anything else for the past energy? Someone's, yeah, I should have said it before that came out, because it would have, yeah. You know, when you have the feeling, but you don't say it. It's like somebody's feelings have gotten hurt here. Well, obviously, with the 3 of Swords there, but I mean, like, if you've had an argument or disagreement with someone, a family member, a friend, someone romantically, it looks like there could have been an argument, possibly. That's one thing, one message that comes up so far. But let's see what else comes up. So, present, current energies. Ooh, yeah, we've got the 5 of Cups there. Someone may have lost someone that they love as well, whether it is a romantic partner or, again, friend, family member, because that 5 of Cups, it's feeling a bit like grief. Anything else for that current, present energy, please? We've got the 7 of Wands. I mean, did it mention defensiveness here? If not, that can be defensiveness. It can be protective, being protective towards yourself as well. Shutting people out, and obviously there are various reasons for shutting people out as well. If you're going through stuff emotionally, God, I'm getting the thought of depression with that 3 of Swords now, and possibly with the 5 of Cups as well. If someone's depressed, that can lead to them shutting people out, can't it? Yeah, let's look at the future energy. Seven of Swords. And the 10 of Wands and the Magician. So with that 7 of Swords coming up, I mean, one interpretation I can give with the cards, because this is advice now, the 10 of Wands and the Magician, is that if there's something going on and you haven't told anyone, but you need some kind of support, or it impacts them or something, it's like a need to be honest, to sort of release the burden, a need to let the truth out. Or somebody may need to be honest. It might be someone else that might need to be honest with you so that you can have your power back potentially. But let's get the clarifiers, if I can actually find the clarifying deck. Right, it's here. And let's look at the 8 of Cups first. Either way, I mean, clearly we can see there are feelings here that you wouldn't want that to continue. You've already got it in the past with the 3 of Swords. It's hurt. And with the 5 of Cups as well, it's hurt. You would definitely want to somehow overcome, address, or leave those feelings behind. Like put them to bed, I'll say. So 8 of Cups. Why is the 8 of Cups there as an overall energy? So the vision that you probably might have, one vision that someone might have, is that they just want this shit to be done. And they just want to move on. We've got the King of Wands there. And again, that Leo energy, because the King of Wands is Leo. So there's something, I feel like there could be something Leo related within this, whether it is you or someone else. And I usually don't necessarily pick up signs like in readings. I'm just, more about the energy, like what the energy represents. But Leo specifically is, Leo's coming to mind quite a bit. So we've got the 6 of Swords. Really could be something here about someone taking their power back, actually, with the King of Wands, the Six of Swords, that Seven of Swords is back. I'm definitely going to be looking at that on its own. I mean, the Six of Swords, for me, that's where you want peace. I feel like the King of Wands could be about wanting your power back. The Tower. See, remember I said that it's like the truth needs to come out to change things? Sometimes you've got Seven of Swords here, which we know can represent lies, deceit. The Tower being in reverse there, it's like avoidance sometimes when it's in reverse. So there might be some sort of truth that can potentially change everything, but I don't know. Maybe you fear saying something. You've hidden something and you fear saying it because it could cause a lot of destruction. So I'll be looking at these two, definitely. I might look at that King of Wands as well, actually, to see what they're about. Right, whoa. Right, so it feels like two different people, to be honest. Possibly. It could be two different people. Let's have a look at that King of Wands. I kind of feel like the King of Wands feels more like yours. Your energy, and the King of Wands is someone else's. Let's see, King of Wands. Right, I feel, I mean, it could be just you and that you want to, I mean, they're both kings, so, okay, we'll see when we get to it. Yeah, I feel like it's you with the King of Wands, where you kind of want to take your power back, you want to take the lead, you want to take control and find your own happiness again, or become more fulfilled, more satisfied. You want your peace with the Six of Swords. You want more stability, I would say, with that Knight of Pentacles. There's something where you want more stability here. Let's just get one more, actually. But it's something about reliability as well. I wonder if there's something with relationships and people in your life where you want a feeling of having people that are more stable. You know, people that you can really, and maybe there's something in your relationships where you feel like you're not able to fully enjoy yourself with the people that you're around, whether it is romantic, family, friendship, and you might feel like they're not there for you, the way you'd like them to be. But the thing is, if you're the King of Wands, it's almost like, are they sort of seeing you as this King of Wands that can just do whatever you need to do and get on with it, or is it that you need to embody this King of Wands energy and sort of demonstrate an energy of being happy within yourself and being able to rely on yourself, and then, you know, from that comes back to you. It's like by being it, you manifest it. As annoying as that can sound sometimes, about being what you want to receive, or however you put it in terms of manifestation. It's all well and good when you're already in a good mood and you're doing that, but like when you pissed off and stressed out and stuff, and then you hear that, it's one of those things that can become a bit annoying, can't it? So one more for that King of Wands. We have the High Priestess and the Seven of Pentacles. So there could very well be trust issues here. I mean, you've got the Seven of Swords twice, so there may be trust issues with people. You might be considering if certain friendships, relationships, whatever, are worth your time and effort as well, to be honest. Let's look at that Seven of Swords and see what's going on with that. So you've got God. Yeah, I'm not keen on that energy, I'll be honest with you. That's why I've paused for so long. Because it's such a contradiction. It's that too good to be true energy sometimes, isn't it? I mean, it could potentially be doubts, but for that to come up, the Knight of Cups, which is the dream, isn't it? It's the dream. It can be related to compassion. Three of Pentacles, where something, or people collaborate well together. You've even got Four of Wands as a foundation there. And then the Moon, that makes sense, yeah. For someone, there may be something where the people that you thought were, I want to say on your side. I don't know why I need to say on your side. You thought were on your side, whatever that means to you. There may not be. You may have found that out, to be honest. You may have found that out. Or it may be, as I say, it could be doubts. You doubt how honest they are. You doubt if they are really on your side and really there for you. Let's look at that Tower card on its own. So the Tower, Two of Pentacles, which feels like a kind of back and forth. Two of Cups is there again. I mean, I often speak of the Two of Cups, that it, although primarily it's connections with people, whether it is friends or whoever, it's like a profound bond with people. I often talk about it that it can be a connection to whatever it is that you love, even like a job or something. But it feels more like, God, this should have been the relationship reading, shouldn't it really? But yeah, this is what's coming up. It does feel, again, it's the back and forth. Let me see what comes out after that, actually. Because I'm thinking it's that kind of energy where, like, if you had a friend and it's like 1 minute you're good, the next minute there's conflict, and it's like, are we good? Are we not good? Where do we stand? You've got the challenges or conflicts or whatever here. With the Five of Wands. You've got the Page of Wands there. Why is the Page of Wands there? The Hermit. It could be, again, that can be again about naivety, or you may be wondering if you're being naive, because the Hermit is mature. I've said before, the Hermit looks like they've been on the journey of seeking truth and knowledge for hundreds of years, and they're in reverse. And then with the Page of Wands, they're a kid. There's a thing about messages here as well. So again, it's like almost, can I trust what I'm seeing? Can I trust what I'm hearing? Are these people, or is this person genuine? Is it a friendship that's genuine? But as I say, if there are doubts there, if you haven't already discovered that there's anything where people aren't genuine or genuinely for you, if you want to put it that way, it's like if that comes out, it could change everything. But there is a bit of avoidance here. There could be power struggles. I don't know why with that King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles there. Let's see. And it may not, for some, it may not even be that anybody is actually, that somebody is deceitful. It could be doubt. It could purely be doubt, to be honest. Like, say if you've had an argument with somebody, it can make you, especially if you say things that you, in anger, it can make you start to doubt the entire friendship and think, God, is this person really my friend? Say if it was a friendship, is this person really my friend? Or has it all been a lie? It can make you question that. Let's see, so four of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Five of Cups. I feel like if the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles represent two people, especially where it's more about doubt, than if anybody is genuinely being deceitful and dishonest, it's like you both feel the same way, like you're mirroring each other, to be honest. Because this Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and bear with me, the battery is going. Okay, water sign, sorry about that. So I can't remember exactly what I was saying now, but I'll try to remember. So I think I was saying along the lines of, if the King of Wands and King of Pentacles are two different energies, like imagining for me the King of Wands is you and the King of Pentacles is someone else, it's like you're both doubting the friendship. And I think I was saying along the lines of, like, say if you had an argument or something and you said things in anger, it makes you question the whole foundation. Is it worth it? And there's an element of both people feeling hurt and confused here. That's for people where the Seven of Swords is it's doubt rather than someone actually being a liar or deceitful. As we progress through, then I'll find out. I might be able to find out more if that is an issue with lies and deceit. If the King of Pentacles is you, it's just that same energy of questioning the stability and foundation of your bond with someone. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these millions of clarifiers, sub-clarifiers here. I mean, I did say heart to heart near the beginning, didn't I? So that that whole thing about don't let pride get in the way, conclusions, be open to healing information, be brave and honest. To be honest, all of them, if that's a situation, it can be related to that. I mean, unleash the world within and be brave and honest. It is about being your authentic self, isn't it? It doesn't mean that you're necessarily going out to attack whoever you've had a disagreement with, but it's being very honest about how you feel if they've hurt you. It's openly expressing that, but be compassionate to them as well. Obviously, you know the situation. If you feel that it's one where compassion is warranted, you'll know. But it could be about resolving some issues there, or overall you may have been hurt by people and you're just having a hard time connecting with people now. Possibly you might be kind of cutting people out, or shutting people out, should I say, as well as cutting people out, possibly. So let me just shuffle the cards a bit, because that was a lot of clarifiers. So we're going to look at that Three of Swords. As I said, it's like someone's hurt your feelings. Could it be a broken heart in terms of a romantic relationship? It could, to be honest. It could be that as well. I'm just using the word relationship or bond in a very broad term, and it's, you know, you apply it how it resonates, whether it is romantic, family, friendship, that sort of thing. So Three of Swords, what is that about? Right, we have the Magician. God, this is making me wonder. Okay, let's continue first before I get into that. So we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Six of Wands. I'm going to need to clarify that, Magician, because I've got a thought on that and I'm not 100% certain with it. Ace of Pentacles. So let's look at that Magician card. So we've got the Star, the Three of Wands, God, the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Two of Pentacles. I'm just going to get one more for this. Four of Swords and the Nine of... Okay, I think I'll leave it there because that's too many. Let's get something for the Moon and then I'll look at that. That makes sense. More sense than it did before, to be honest now. It's giving vibes again of questioning someone's intentions. Like again, am I saying again? If something's too good to be true. So for the Moon, you've got the Devil. Yeah, there's definitely, if someone, whether or not someone is literally being deceitful or hiding who they really are or not, there's definitely doubts in your mind at the very least about that. And what was that? Page of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Yeah, it's still, I mean, there is pain there. So with that King of Swords and Queen of Swords as well. Let's get one for the Queen of Swords and King of Swords. Got the Page of Wands. God, that's, you know, it's giving me a really weird feeling. So with the King of Swords and Queen of Swords, and this has happened in another reading a while ago now, and I can't remember which one it is, but it came up as, I can't remember if the exact word I used was a power struggle, but it kind of feels like a, maybe not power struggle, but you know, if you had a debate or something with someone, or you had a discussion, you were trying to resolve an issue, but each of you is hearing what you want to hear. So that would be like the lower vibrations of the King of Swords and Queen of Swords. So what would they be? In their lower vibrations, they would be basically know-it-alls, wouldn't they? Or they would have their truth. They would stand by their truth so stubbornly that they're just completely unwilling to accept any other truth. And that's what I'm getting with that Page of Wands. It's like, it's almost like, and I don't necessarily mean it that I mean, stubbornness was mentioned here, wasn't it, actually? It's like hearing what you want to hear. Literally hearing what you want to hear. If you have a disagreement with somebody, so it's not, no matter what you say or whatever they say, you hear what you want to hear, not the actual way, the intention behind it, or the truth of what they were saying. It's like a trickster kind of thing. It's a tricky energy, but as I say, there's a questioning of intentions here, because I feel that the Magician can be intentions as well, and the Three of Wands can be intentions, but it's in reverse here. If it is something romantic, well, I think regardless of whether it's romantic or not, to be honest, it is questioning someone's intentions. It's a questioning of intentions. Even if something seemed good at the start, again, you've got that too good to be true possible energy here. Yeah, there's a question of intentions. And then with that Two of Pentacles, actually, that makes sense. That thing about hearing what you want to hear, that's like the back and forth. Like if you're in a discussion and you're going back and forth, but there's just no understanding, no resolution there. So with the Moon, that's what's hidden. You've got the Devil there, so that's not the best energy. Again, that is a big question, as if somebody's telling the truth, if they're being honest. Questions about the foundation of a bond, friendship, relationship as well. Let me just see what I've hidden under here with all these cards. I mean, we've got, what is it, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's stressful. It's causing stress, anxiety. What causes anxiety? Doubt is one of the things that causes anxiety. With that Six of Wands, I am getting that. I think, have I already mentioned it here? One-upmanship type energy. But let's see. Let's have a look. Six of Wands. Why is that there, please? Well, if there is one-upmanship, I'd say it needs to end with the Death card coming up. What else comes up for that? God, that Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords again, yeah. Something's just not working. Like, I feel like it's more to do with a bond or relationship is just not working the way it should. It just feels imbalanced. There's some sort of imbalance here. So I stand by what I said about that kind of almost a feeling of one-upmanship or a power struggle. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles. You've got the Wheel and the Five of Wands. So there may have been an opportunity, as I mean, this is still past energy, in the past to kind of air out any grievances, you know, discuss things, overcome any challenges. There would have been an opportunity there and a chance to change things. But if there's hurt feelings, it probably didn't go to plan. You know, like if you decide to meet up with someone and have a heart-to-heart and then it just goes to shit and you end up having an argument, someone throws a drink in someone's face, you know, if we're going to get dramatic, and then you end up saying, I never want to speak to you again, you know, that kind of, it can be that kind of energy, possibly. Right, let's see what you could have learned from that, what you have learned or can learn from that experience. And I have no idea what's original cards and what's clarifiers now, because I've taken so many. All right, I'm going to put all of these back in the deck, and I'll just put the Magician and the Moon on top of the Three of Swords to indicate that I've clarified it already, because that was a lot of clarifier. So Two of Cups. I mean, I've said before, the Two of Cups for me, yes, it does indicate a bond, a relationship, a connection, but it can be about understanding as well. So there could be, what you could have learned from that is something around compassion. I mean, obviously I'll say first and foremost compassion for yourself, but compassion for others as well. As I say, it's still not 100% clear if someone has literally been deceitful. There could have been. I mean, there are things that people can do that are deceitful that don't have to mean the end of a friendship, aren't there? I can't think of any examples because I don't think I've dealt with something like that in a friendship where, or have I? I don't think so. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean the friendship has to end. So compassion could be warranted. But let's see. Why is the Two of Cups there? Nine of Pentacles. Four of Wands. The World. There might be something here as like something that you could have learned is that you really have to have your own sense of confidence and inner sense of security to be able to deal with people, to be honest, and in the good sense and the bad sense as well. Like obviously you need to be assertive and discerning if people bring bullshit to you, to cut that out, or to set boundaries with that. But also when good people come into your life as well, if you're already insecure, good people can come in, and if you're on high alert, like say if you've had bad experience in the past and you're on high alert and you just think certain things they do, it means, oh my God, they're out to get me or something, it messes you up. They could genuinely have good intentions, but if there's something in your mindset where you kind of got programming from bad experiences now to not trust people, it's going to mess you up, isn't it? So let's see what else comes up here. Ten of Wands, Three of Wands. Oh my God, there's a saying, is it? And I don't know what culture the saying comes from, but about something about you can't see the wood for the trees. And that's what that 10 of Wands is making me feel. Again, it's similar to that Page of Wands energy, where I said it's like hearing what you want to hear. That 10 of Wands is giving me a similar type of energy where you can't, not being able to see someone's true intentions. Let me clarify the 10 of Wands just to see if there's anything more specific there. We've got the Emperor, Queen of Cups. Someone, if you've had, as I say, keep going on about it, in a disagreement with somebody, somebody may feel like somebody's lacked compassion to, I mean, I suppose the Emperor and the Queen of Cups could go either way, but the Queen of Cups would be very compassionate and sensitive. That is water sign energy. And then you've got the Emperor that is more, I don't think the Emperor's got time for emotions. So whether it's you, I mean, you're the water sign, so I think we're more likely to assume that you're the Queen of Cups, but it doesn't have to be that way. You may feel that somebody's too rough with you, like in the way, or felt that way in the past, the way they've spoken to you, etc., that they've lacked compassion, they've lacked understanding. And you know, like sometimes you have tough love, you might have tough love friends where they genuinely do have good intentions. It's just that the way they speak is rather harsh, and it's like you could have a conversation with them and address that and say, you know, when you speak to me like that, it really hurts. It hurts me deeply. And for some, you could have that conversation with them and they would take that into account, and moving forward, they might tone it down. Do you know what I mean? It's not that they have to change who they are, but then they might do it with everyone. And it's like, you know what, you have to realize that not everybody can handle that. And sometimes you have to be a bit more compassionate towards people. So it's not saying they're a nasty person, it's just that their tone might be too harsh or something to that effect. But as I said, it's something about not seeing the wood for the trees, and it's like all you can see is the harshness and not the value in whatever they may have to offer. And as I say, it can go either way. Let's look at the Three of Wands quickly. Questioning of intentions again. Still on that. And I'll look at the Star. I mean, the Star can be about Empress. I mean, that is more of a nurturing energy, isn't it? So that would be the type of energy that you probably would have liked to have seen, but you got, or that was needed in the situation, but instead it was the conflict. The Star, it can be about hope, it can be about faith. Again, if there's something where you might need to work on your own inner sense of security, then it makes you have more faith in people, doesn't it? And as I said, there could be something that needs to be healed within you to do with that as well, or maybe just with a specific relationship or with specific people, not necessarily everyone, but it might have, something with someone might have triggered an old wound, and that's why you are where you are. So what you could have learned is compassion, whether it's you or someone else or both. So let's look at the present energy, Five of Cups. I mean, it still hurts. It still hurts, or because the Three of Swords can often be, it's where the wounds are already there, aren't they? Where somebody's already been stabbed in the heart, but there's still ongoing hurt from that. So I don't know if there's a new situation or it's just residual pain, to be honest, with the Five of Cups, or emotional distress. I know that's getting a bit on the technical side, but Three of Swords, okay, yeah. Could still be, very well still be hurting over old wounds, even if you have nothing to do with the person anymore. Some things linger, don't they? It's like if someone romantically gets their heart broken, some people can take decades. I mean, I know people who, God, how old are they? So they're in their senior years, we'll say, and they were involved with somebody probably 50 years prior to that, and they're still, you can tell that they're still deeply hurt, and it affects their behavior as well. They're deeply hurt by a past relationship, and I don't know what to say. It's I can't imagine it feeling like that for like half a century. Can you imagine feeling the pain of a broken heart from a romantic, and it's not that someone died, it's just, you know, general relationship stuff that they, yeah. Anyway, so we've got Justice. We've got the King of Cups. I'm getting the words in my head. I just want to be heard, and I just want to be understood with the Justice card and the King of Cups. Like, do you want someone to acknowledge? Try that again. Do you want someone? Is there someone specific or people in general that you want to acknowledge your pain? Or have you kept your pain to yourself? And that's, you know, you'd be more understood if you kind of, with the people that are closest to you, if you kind of fully expressed how much you were hurting, that they would understand you more. Because as we say with the King of Cups, water sign again, so I'm assuming that's you, can be reserved with their emotions. Like they'll be very warm, compassionate and welcoming with other people, but with their own emotions, it's can be a lot more difficult to let it out, can't it? So we've got Temperance. I feel like the Temperance card can be a card of healing as well. Right, okay. Well, this is good. The Ace of Wands is like a new chapter, isn't it? So I feel like that was there, and the Two of Swords was there. What do I want to look at? I think I'm going to look at that Three of Swords, but I pretty much feel like, and I might look at the Two of Swords, but I feel like I know where this is, what this is about. Right. Yeah. I think you want to just get past it. You want to get past the pain, the hurt, whether it is that you are still in contact with someone you've had a disagreement with or not. You want the opportunity to just bury it, to be honest, to just regain your balance. I think there is something here though with that King of Cups possibly where, okay, let me clarify it. You might really be keeping certain emotions to yourself that you need to let out, or you need someone to acknowledge your emotions. I speak of the King of Cups needing to have, oh, sorry, not needing, being emotionally mature, resilient as well. So you may need to, that may be something you need to develop as well, like in terms of emotional resilience and something along those lines. Five of Wands, Four of Swords. Yeah, you may need to heal something to improve your emotional resilience and maturity and intelligence in some way, shape or form. Yeah, there could be a bit of stubbornness there though with that Four of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, I mean self-love. Right, let's look at the two. Did the Two of Cups come out there as well? It came out, and I don't know where it came out. That's a desire for understanding, that is. But if you keep your feelings to yourself, nobody can read your mind. So, I mean, yes, we have empaths in the world, but not everybody has the capability of being an empath, but not everybody is fully an empath, are they? So let's have a look at the Two of Swords. I'd say there's, as I say, there's a desire to get out of this pain. And the feelings of hurt, to overcome them, whether it is that you have to have a heart-to-heart with someone or you have to do it by yourself because you no longer have contact with the person. But there's a desire for a new chapter here to heal things. So Two of Swords. Two of Swords, please. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Death card. So there's definitely questions again if there is a relationship or bond that could be healed or have a heart-to-heart or whatever it is. There's questions around if it's worth it, if it can actually, if things can actually change. There are questions around that. You might feel like if you try to resolve something with someone, it may feel to you like you're compromising your sense of self-worth or your integrity or value or something, with that Two of Swords. I've only just realised, I know this woman she's got darker skin than Rihanna, but there's a slight resemblance to Rihanna. I don't know why that matters. I don't think it does matter, but yeah, slight resemblance. Somebody will probably disagree with me, and that's fine if you do. I know we had a family member, I don't know why this is relevant as well, that swore that the actor The Rock looks like, that one of our cousins looks like The Rock, and for years we mocked the person saying, don't be stupid, they don't look like him. And to be frank, about a couple of years later, we actually realised that the family member does genuinely look like The Rock. So I don't know if that's relevant to anyone for whatever reason. But yeah, again, it's the doubts, isn't it, of if there's any way to resolve it, and if it's just energy for you where you're not there's not a specific person that you're trying to resolve things is. There are questions around or acknowledgement of your own self-worth and maybe what do you have to do to kind of maintain that and to nurture that in certain situations with people. So we're gonna go on to, once I've gotten all these up, because I know it's a lot. We're going to go to what you can learn in the present. So 7 of Wands, I mean, yes, stand up for yourself is one thing. I mean, you have got that unleash the world within. So that is one, not to standing up for yourself. But is it also, is there another side to it as well? Is it the other side of being overprotective of yourself? Let's see. Why is the 7 of Swords there, please? So I saw this first. You've got the Sun, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. I feel that is more along the lines, well, it's both. You know what, it's both. It's having the discernment to protect yourself and stand up for yourself, but also being open. And being open about the good and the bad as well, I would say. Like obviously be open in terms of sharing who you really are, so that people know who you are and they can enjoy you and you can enjoy them. But also being open when you're not happy about things. Like, don't wait until it gets to the point, which I'm very guilty of doing this a lot, and I'm trying to grow out of it now, and have been, of holding everything in, potentially being a people pleaser, and then things absolutely either they blow up or they send you over the edge and you're like having a bit of an emotional breakdown. You know, be honest either way. And in terms of if there's any fears in getting into relationships or friendships and everything as well, just kind of fearless. Knight of Wands, I wasn't going to say fearless, but he showed up. But not being afraid to do that, being open to it. And as I've said a million times in every reading, there are no guarantees with everything. But if you don't try, then you've lost already. I'm not the first person to say that, but you've lost if you never try. You have to try to find out. So let's get one more, and then we'll move on to the future energy. 4 of Pentacles, yeah, it's opening up, isn't it? I mean, at one end you've got the being open. 4 of Pentacles, it's where someone can get overly protective of themselves. You know, you have to have the right balance between standing up for yourself and protecting yourself and being open as well. Let's look at the 7 of Swords in the future energy. Why is the 7 of Swords there as a potential future energy? You've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. You know what? The first thing that's coming to mind is not to make assumptions. And that's a really odd meaning for that 7 of Swords. But that is what's coming to mind with that Queen of Pentacles and Page of Swords there. Don't make assumptions. So, right, 7 of Wands. High Priestess. Let's get one more. Lovers. Let's look at the 7 of Wands and the Lovers, I think. Seven of Wands. Let's get one more. We've got the 2 of Cups. God, you've had that 2 of Cups a million times in this reading, haven't you? Right, so 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups. So you may need to improve your communication skills, to be honest. In a couple of ways. In terms of friendships and interactions with people. So obviously for some, it might be that you might be a bit harsh sometimes, or you may get defensive sometimes. For others, it can be that you don't fully express yourself and how you're feeling. And, you know, when you get into that people pleaser type energy, to hold the peace. But if you ever expect anybody to understand you fully and to understand them fully, you need to fully express as authentically as you can, and you need to be able to listen to them as well. Let's just get one more for that. Yeah, if you want things to change, it's that understanding. Let me have a look at the Lovers. Yeah, if you're communicating with people, because the Page of Swords can be immature communication, don't jump to conclusions. Learn and become clear on what's happening. I mean, obviously have your self-worth and your values, but still be open to learning and to hearing people out as well. And again, expressing yourself fully. Right, we've got the Lovers, the 3 of Cups. I mean, this speaks to me of... Okay, again, it's that connections, isn't it? But this is the Lovers and the 3 of Cups. To me, that's a genuine connection. It's profound. There's genuine love and support there. that Page of Wands again and the Seven of Cups, it's that confusion possibly with communication, hearing what you want to hear. It's warning you to be careful of that. It is warning you to be careful of that in connections with people. Just be careful of that. But as I say, as a potential future energy, it's there is very much a thing about, I don't necessarily think that it's a thing that there's someone here that's going to deceive you. It's probably more of a warning to yourself to be as authentic as you can. To be honest, I think that's the main point of that Seven of Swords as a future energy. Show who you really are. Okay. And even if you do have doubts in the future about people's honesty or lack thereof, or whatever your doubts are, again, you know, be willing to hear them out and listen very carefully, and be very honest yourself. And, you know, if you have to set boundaries, do that too. So final advice. So you may still have doubts about this specific person, if there is a specific person involved, or people in general, but you can counteract that if you're aware of it. You can be prepared for it and react in a way that's better for you. That will be more, what's the word? Beneficial. So 10 of Wands and the Magician. So you've got the 9 of Swords, you've got the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this is the burdens, the 10 of Wands. It's the kind of burdens that you have to let go of before you can have, I would say, or engage. Because if you already know people and you're having to resolve things, sort of engage in healthier relationships. Then, as I say, there may be burdens that are insecurities or any kind of defensiveness. Again, not trusting people is one, where if there's a lack of trust. Let's get one more. And then you've got the Queen of Wands for me. So there's two parts that are really important to this. So it's about honouring how you feel, but also being compassionate and understanding towards others and not jumping to conclusions. You know, try to empathise. Not to say that you aren't already an empath, but obviously it can be confusing sometimes which feelings are yours, which feelings are someone else's if you are an empath. But being confident as well. Being confident. Okay. And focus, I mean, I'm not, obviously if there are red flags in any bond at all, don't ignore that. But instead of focusing on the potential of someone deceiving you or hurting your feelings, enjoy their company. Try to do your best to enjoy their company. So I'll leave that there and I'll get you a final card of advice from the postcards from Spirit deck. So final card from postcards from Spirit. And I've just put all of those back, haven't I, without realising it. That was really quick, but I will take them. So you've got two, and I'm going to just read the two of them. So the first one says, Dearest you, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we need to be true about you. A story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. So make sure there's stories you're proud of. Genuine, loving fan club. So yeah, that's just making me think, you know, like I said about if you feel that people are liars and you have doubts, not to say that there is no one on the planet that's a liar, because clearly there are, but if you have in your mind all the time that everybody lies to you, yeah, it's probably what you're gonna see, regardless of whether someone is lying to you or you view people that everybody's a liar. Right, it says, "Dearest you," as your second message, "do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We are here for you and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part, now let us do ours. You would be awestruck if you knew how many strings were pulled through the matrix to give you what you need and desire. Spirit has a plan, and when you sign up to be a co-creator, you need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans meet up with those of Spirit. Remember though, Spirit's timetable and ideas of how things will play out may be quite different from yours. Trust us. Spirit's ideas are amazing. Now let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will have taken place." So I will leave that there. And I'll just say, if you feel free to like, share, comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But other than that, thank you for watching and take care.